like a Spanish, like a Puerto Rican in this hair.
Man, oh man.
And we're back.
It's been a week.
Yeah. It's been
Actually, two.
Been 2 weeks.
Yeah. So those that have been following, we missed a week.
We did. Well, it was well deserved. What are we sipping on, Cody? Something I can't spell or pronounce?
Some Glen Orange. This is a birthday present I got that
Nice.
haven't started on it yet. I'm not sure who gave this to me, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Someone got me a 14, an 18. We're gonna start with the 14 tonight. A little bit of scotch on the rocks.
Maybe I like it, man. I don't know. I've never been a big Scotch guy.
Smells pretty smooth.
It's always real strong to me.
Woohoo! Well,
Yeah.
well, tonight, hey, this is aged 14 years in port cask. This is from Scotland.
Well, I'm supposedly Irish, so I should like it. Let's give it a whirl.
What cheers the Scottish? It's got its flavors.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not bad though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's good.
So tonight I should have brought the Kentucky or Tennessee whiskeys in because one of tonight's segments, man, Talladega and American Grit, man. I'm gonna talk about some Americana.
Yeah.
Going in some of our projects and some loss and real talk in the middle,
I like it.
and ended up in some old school roots and helping out.
Yeah.
So kind of do some shout outs to those old timers, man.
Yeah.
But
They're the reason we're here.
ooh, man, I tell you what, I'm exhausted.
How was Talladega, bud?
I'm still playing catch up, so
Yeah.
I did one of those weekends where, like, before I get into
Wide ass
Talladega,
open.
we went down Friday to it's a Catholic event where, like, I'm not Catholic. I grew up in like a Baptist and did some Church of God and seen some Pentecostal. So I've kind of been on across the spectrum. I got to see some. I've been to a few Catholic churches, seen a few things in Catholic churches, but I've never practiced Catholicism. And so Friday we started off with it's what they call their baptism.
Okay.
In a way, it's not their baptism. So they do
Is it when they
the
do
bread
like the
and the wine?
Oh, communion.
Communion.
Yeah.
It was their first communion. Some of our friends' kids, their first communion.
Gotcha.
And I got to experience that and celebrate. They do a big party afterwards, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Enjoyed some
Juice
good
and cracker.
tacos and
Yeah. Juice and cracker.
well, yeah. After that, so just interesting on that is in the Baptist churches, we all had the cracker and the little grape juice in the cup.
Yep.
In the Catholic church, it was like legit wine, and they didn't do individual servings. So Ashley's like, "Are they all going to drink out of that?" I'm like, "I guess."
Yeah.
So they have like their little towel that they put over it. So the priest gets his sip, and he wipes it. The next person gets it, and they take a sip, and they wipe it. So
Well, I bet they struggled during COVID, didn't they?
I think so.
I bet that was a
But
big deal.
they did 2 lines, right?
Uh-huh.
And then everybody got the cracker, which is to them they symbolized as a body of Christ.
Yeah.
But not everybody did the blood of Christ, the wine. Majority of the people didn't do it. There's a handful of people who did.
I wonder why.
It's either they didn't want to drink wine
Or they didn't want to drink after everybody else.
So
Yeah,
but
maybe it was some like high proof wine and it kills all the bacteria in it.
That's
That's the point of them drinking wine in the first place back in the days, because all the water's poison.
yeah,
Yeah, it was alcohol. You had your adult
it
wine.
fermented and it kept itself safe.
Yeah,
And so they had their way of doing it, and in the Catholic Church, and they're pretty strict about it. They're like, hey, look, if you don't practice, if you don't do this, you don't do this, you don't partake in this,
you'll go to hell.
They respect it more than I think other denominations. Not trying to downplay anyone else, but I don't think I've sat in a Baptist church and them say, hey, if you don't do this, this, and this, you ain't doing this.
Yeah, my grandmother went to a Catholic church growing up, and she always told me, she was like, yeah, I just kind of figured I wasn't real bad and I wasn't real good, so I just end up in purgatory. Somewhere in between.
So, but yeah, man, and we had So I say that because like leading up into Talladega, so that was on Friday. We drove 2.5 hours back home.
No.
I get home like well after midnight. You know,
That's a hop and a skip down there.
Yep. So the kids did good though. I mean, I was proud that the long road trip they wasn't that bad.
Sure.
So then I wake up the next morning, get up to leave by 7, so we can head down to Talladega.
Mm-hmm.
So I get up, start getting stuff ready, pack me some snacks. We had some Coors Light, and I was like, I really want some Mexican beer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pack any beer. We'll pick some up on the store on the way down there. Okay. So we come pick me up. We get to driving down. We go to Huddle House, had a good breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to the store next door to get some beer. The lady from the counter goes, "Hun, you can't buy it until 12. I was like, oh, no. Sunday, no sales till noon.
And this was in
Birmingham.
Birmingham? Really?
Like right outside of Birmingham.
I thought Birmingham was 24/7.
Huh. So yeah, so I think we were in like the few miles before Birmingham, north of Birmingham. Okay. But even through Birmingham and east of Birmingham, going towards Talladega, I think I had to go past Talladega to get to the next city that sold it like
that's the Bible
10.
Belt. Yeah.
And it's like, so I'm going to Talladega with no beer.
Sober. Is that how I've never been? Do you not? Can you take a cooler in?
Yes, it's so weird. It's the only sporting event I've been to where you can bring a cooler. Like you
now, can you buy beer there?
It's expensive.
Oh, I bet $10 beers.
Like I think it was like $8 for the tall,
the 16-ounce cans.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I dropped about $30-$40 on beer.
Yeah.
I dropped $40 on a mixed drink. I bought everybody a round of it was like a margarita or a Jack and lemonade. That's what I went with.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I'll buy you guys one of these drinks since I didn't bring beer, but I want a beer from each of you.
Yeah.
So I paid twice as much for one of their beers as I would have just buying one.
Sure. Yeah.
But it was the thing of it. So I went with two guys, two good friends they're from Germany. They work here in the U.S. and they've been here for several years. And I want to say those guys do more American stuff sometimes than we do.
Yeah.
Citizens.
Embracing the culture.
Yes.
Huh? Yeah.
Like some of the people I've worked with, the places they've traveled to, the things they've gone and seen, it's like we take for granted. Like it's right here in your backyard and you've never been.
Yeah.
Like I'm 40 years old and lived around it, drove through it.
Much, right?
I think I dropped $100, $130 for these tickets. They were good tickets.
Yeah. And it's on an all-day deal.
Yeah.
Right? Like people's tailgating before the race, people's partying after the race.
Yeah, people I think were camped out 2 or 3 days before.
Sure.
I got on Facebook looking. There's people from like Maine driving down, like all over the country. People are driving in.
Yeah.
And it's just one big celebration. Now, I was expecting like titties flopping out, like at a Sturgis or something, but I didn't see any of the it wasn't that bad.
Really?
It was very clean.
Yeah. I've always heard that the what do you call the inside circle? Was that
like in the inner track area?
Yeah, I heard that's the place to be.
But even that, I could from the distance I could see. I didn't see it. Like
really?
we were right there between the starting line and that, they have the finish line, right?
Okay.
And that's actual start finish line, but they had like a spot right there at that last little bend. I forgot what curve. I
don't know.
Turn 3.
Yeah.
Where everybody really starts revving it up to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we get to see the pits. I mean, it was good little seats.
Now, is Talladega the one with like the super steep?
Yeah.
That's like the steepest one. Yeah. It's like supposedly if you're not traveling 200 miles an hour, it's like your car will roll off of it or something.
Well, like people walk up it and it's like, it's a steep walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but no, I will be honest with you, man. Like it was pretty powerful. It was cool.
Yeah.
I had a couple farmers from up in Tennessee sit behind us. They're in their overalls.
Yeah.
Just big old country boys.
Yeah. Watching them all go left.
Yeah.
Making another left turn.
You get in there and it's like, gosh, man, it's like it was good people. Like, I don't know how to explain it. There's,
blue collar.
A lot of good people. Yeah. Seen some cool stuff. They had like mobile homes set up, like you could go and like tour some nice little single and double wides.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so Alabama right there. Yeah. But it's showing off some of the craftsmanship of some of these. I call them trailers because that's what I grew up calling them, but they're mobile homes.
Yeah.
And some of them are nice. Like the kitchens in some of these look nicer than anything I've ever had.
Yeah. We're either going trailer or barn dominium, one of the two.
Barn dominium.
Yeah.
Stable foundation.
Yep.
But the interiors of these look really nice. Like some of the walk-in showers, it was like a 12-foot by like 14-foot shower. Like you open it up, and there's a bathtub in it. everything's tiled.
Like the
glass
whole
wall.
bathroom is the shower.
Yes.
It's got a drain in the middle, and it
Yeah.
just all roads lead to Rome.
And then, you know,
That's
there were
cool.
some campers set up to show,
Yeah.
like, man, those things are getting expensive. $200,000 for some of those.
Dude, everything's getting crazy expensive.
But-
But man, it's my grandmother loved NASCAR and stuff. I never really got into it, but I always heard like the experience of it because you can't watch the race really. I mean, they go by you at 200 miles an hour. It's just a blur and a noise, but it's like the atmosphere of it. And you was with folks from Germany, so just the American.
Yeah, like we were all just
You like hear
this is
bald
first for all
eagles
of us.
screaming every time they come around. You know.
So as we get there, you know, like we did the national anthem and stuff like that, and the flyover kind of sucked. Unfortunately, I was expecting more out of it, but I think there's like a small plane that got in the airspace, and so the bigger it was. I was expecting something cooler than like a refueling jet, but you know, it's a KC-135. They're out of Birmingham. My dad worked there for years, so I kind of had some like, you know, sentimental to that, but it was still like I wanted like an F-18 just screeching over the top.
Yeah.
Or like a B-7, you know, bomber plane, you know, like something cool, and then a refueler. But as it flew over, it turned away from the track, and then after the anthem went over, you seen it like circle back, and then it come back over like late.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, you kind of missed your moment.
Yeah. Miscommunication.
But seeing in a big like Mack truck or Freightliner one just like hauling butt around the court track with an American flag in the back where the trailer goes.
Yeah,
like that was just cool, and then like that just kind of built up to that Americana feeling. And then when it was like start your engines and you hear that V8 roar, it's like, okay, this is getting exciting.
I bet you feel it like in your gut.
Well, the more so once the car started going around the track and they dropped the green flag to go, and you just felt the and just like the roar, you felt it. And like, dude, it almost teared me up a little bit just because like I was so like this is America, like this is American, like this is just. I don't know how to explain it, but it touches you in a way that just excites you when you see like 30 to 40 cars going 200 miles an hour, like inches apart. They got 4 wide, you know, so there's like 4 cars on the track, and they're so close all the way around. Like none of them are moving.
How many cars is in a race?
I think there's like 36 that started this one.
A lot of traffic, dude, at 200 miles an hour.
Yes, and that was
it
was
like
intense.
malfunction junction at like 8 and 5.
Now the part that kind of sucked, and I'll say this is where like the German looked over and he's like, "This is it."
Yeah, because once you watch 2 or 3 laps, you're like, okay.
Well, nobody's able to move, if that makes sense. Like all of these cars are so like perfectly tuned.
Yes, and the
rules
so
keep similar,
them so close.
Like you're not able to do a lot of like just like zigzagging, or it's not much you can do, and so it takes a little bit.
Yeah, and they're always fighting for position. I don't know. I remember my grandmother hating that part about it, and I always kind of did too. Is like, let the best mechanic, best team, best engineers build the best car, and if the best car is fucking 50 miles an hour faster on top end than the rest of them, well, then he's probably going to be the one that wins.
You know, to that, it's like, you know, you got your car brands now, like the Toyotas, the GMs, or the Chevrolets, and the Ford Mustang. Like those are the 3 cars, and it's like, I could tell they grouped up with each other. Like there was a lot of times that they would be like the Toyotas did this.
Yeah, okay.
Or, the Chevrolets are doing this, and here comes a Ford. Like it's getting very.
Well, that's kind of the same reason I don't like NFL, you know, or like professional sports. Is like the talent level's so tight. It makes it interesting in close games and close races, but there's no like badass out there.
Well, you know, I feel bad for doing this, and me and the Germans were reaching back to the 3 farmers from, you know, they're in their like 50s or 60s. Yeah. You know, like looks like they just got off the tractor.
Yeah,
like, literally,
probably
wearing their coveralls. Yeah. And we're asking them questions. Like, I've not paid attention to NASCAR. Last time I really watched a NASCAR race, I was, 20 years ago. Yeah. And I had dated this girl, and we'd go over to her grandparents' house, and they'd watch the race on Sunday after church, and we'd get over there. And it's like the race gets started, and I'm sitting in the recliner with the family, and then like before you know it, I'm sleeping.
Yep.
It makes the best naps.
It does.
And then you wake up for the end of the where it's like exciting.
Yeah. Well, and not to mention, like me personally, is NASCAR's a lot like baseball. I don't have any interest in watching the whole thing. Show me the highlights after it. I want to see, God forbid, wrecks. highlight plays, the good stuff, and I want to know who won.
Mm-hmm.
It's like baseball and NASCAR is the two sports where I can watch the highlights at the end and be
content.
completely satisfied.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't need to sit there for 3 hours and watch you driving.
Well, I didn't realize they've started doing this, and I think they've been doing it since 17. Is they've made stages, so there's 3 stages in the race.
Okay.
So the first stage gets you up to lap 60 something.
Okay.
And whoever wins lap 65, whatever it was,
they
get points. Up. So now you get like mini competitions within it. And so so they're all trying to pit and make smart moves right before that lap.
Strategic stuff. Because
if you win that lap, you get points. When as your points accumulate, that gets you into like the championship series, right? In NASCAR.
Yeah.
So then whoever went, then they do like another at lap 180 something.
Yeah.
You've got another one. And then the last one's at like the 220 something laps, right? When you get to the 500 mile mark, right?
Okay.
And then that's who wins the race, gets the most points and the most,
Yeah, I've always known it was a point thing, but it's also like a team thing too. Correct?
I'm not sure.
I think so. So I think there's like a few drivers that drive for this team and this and that. So if your car's shitting out or whatever, you might be blocking a guy that way.
I think your teammates help each other. Like there'll be guys that block so you can win.
Yeah, yeah.
Some like Ricky Bobby type stuff.
Slingshot, engage. Yeah.
But no, it was fun and I enjoyed it. Like if I go back, I'd love for us to go and we can camp out and do a show one night.
It's got to be an atmosphere thing. It's like nobody really gives a shit about the race itself.
I think it'd be really cool to do the infield or camp out and really suck in the environment. Right?
Sure,
we just showed up for race day when everybody's like hungover, getting started, excited. But I want to go.
Everybody's
experience all of it.
Yeah, everybody's on their 84th beer and they're just rolling deep.
Now, what really kind of made me say this was gonna be like some redneck shit that we're about to get into is as we're driving in, we're like less than a mile from the track on the road that you cut off. There's you get off the interstate and you get on a cutoff road, and there's this 5-lane highway that gets you there. Mm-hmm. And there's a few people selling firewood on the side of the road, and there's this one guy. And earlier I was joking about we just get a U-Haul and camp out the back of a U-Haul. Yeah. Well, sure enough, like a quarter mile up the road, there's a U-Haul where these guys have camped out of it.
Just stay dry.
And you got this grimy little redneck in his blue jean cut off shorts, no t-shirt, no shirt on. He's got his beer in his hand, and he's yelling at cars woo. Yeah. just living his best dream. Yeah. You can tell he's been up all night. Yeah. just drinking,
hammered.
He probably don't have tickets to get to the race, but he's trying to sell some firewood, make a little extra money, get him some meth or something. I don't know. He looked pretty methed up. Yeah. And but dude, he was just enjoying it, dude. Yeah. And so we took the old red Chevy, the 2000 something Chevy. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, Ron, man, you gotta put it neutral, rev it up. And he and that guy got a boner.
Yeah, he was happy. Yeah,
he's like, hell yeah, man, yeah. Yeah. But just happy,
kicking ass. Yep, I love it.
And so it was just one of those things. It was there's no nobody was against each other. It was just a bunch of good people enjoying an American that's part of America right there.
I don't know, is you get America gets a bad rap, I think, from a lot of foreign folks and stuff. But that's really what makes it. It's when you just get, I don't know how many thousands of people were there.
I think they said, you get up to
but I bet nobody died. That's my point. You know what I mean? It's all the crap that goes on in the world. I bet it's
100. There's it's 100-something thousand people. But there was more people at that race than in our county.
Sure. Oh yeah,
that's hard to fathom. That's go to Walmart, look how busy it is. But no,
that's the cool thing about America, though, and just humans in general. Is you can get that many people together. Everybody's drinking, which is stereotypically a recipe for fucking something. Disaster. But everybody has a good time. Everybody's getting along. People meet new people and rekindling. It's good, man. I don't know. It's a good vibe whenever you got that many people all jiving together. Mm-hmm. It's like a concert. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's everybody, we're all here because we like this music.
And the music we got to listen to was the sound of those engines roar.
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. You get that energy off of that many people all clicking and jiving. It's neat.
We got I don't know. It was exciting. I think I'll go back. I want to give it one more
Yeah.
shot, but I want to try
I
the
wouldn't
full
mind going to
experience.
one. I like the NHRAs and the drag racings and stuff, and that was. But I don't know. It was just. I don't care. I don't care about but I like the atmosphere of it. It sounds cool.
So, well, moving on to our next topic, man. I'm going to get into some procrastination and like.
I did that bad today.
Mm.
Bad. So I got half of my porch decked, and then me and my dad was just like, "Fuck this."
It was such a cool day. You know, like Talladega weekend, the
yeah.
week we were burnt, but it was like cool.
Yeah.
But today it was like I think this will be the last cool day we have,
Maybe
until after summer.
Maybe. Oh man, it's about to get so hot.
Yes.
Yeah, no, man, it wasn't the weather. It wasn't nothing else. It was just not happening today. And hell, you blew me out of the water with the Jeep project. Now, we got 2 hours into mine, and I was like, "Fuck this, I'm
You're
done.
just done.
I'm done. I ain't got nothing left to give it."
The motivation just wasn't there.
I haven't had a porch in 10 years, and I can go a few more. I can go up. I
Wait a
can
little
go
bit
a little
longer.
longer. Yeah, it's not gonna kill me.
Yeah, so I drove the Jeep. I've not been driving it much, and I feel really bad for. I look at it sitting there.
Yeah,
You know, oil leak. You know, it's no big deal.
it's a Jeep.
But like when I'm driving it, like especially when I bring the kids in it, like the death wobble is getting really bad.
Yeah.
And so it's like, man, I got to fix this. So I ordered some parts on Amazon. I was like, I spend way too much time sometimes trying to like, what do I need? What do I need? I seen this, it does it, fucking buy it.
Yeah.
I get it in, I get everything out. It's like, oh, well, this looks okay. We got everything we need. I realized, no, I ordered like 2/3 of what I wanted.
Sure.
And like one of the things that I've got on my Jeep now is already an upgrade because it's got a lib, was like an adjustable, like I think it's track bar is what it's called. And it's like, man, I didn't need the track bar. I needed the tie rod that connects the tires together.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got the wrong. I got one thing that I needed. I got all the tie rods that I needed, but I didn't get like I wanted to replace like the old metal portion that the tie rods go into. It's no big deal, but I had to take the old one off. And what I didn't want to do is lose my alignment.
Yeah.
So I measured everything, but something still didn't come out right.
Which we did.
Yeah, with a tape measure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we got a little toe, little camber, a little left and a little right.
Yeah. So something's off on it, but it drives like so much better. I mean,
Yeah.
I think my wheels are pointed outward, so I
Yeah.
can easily adjust that. But no, it felt good to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
I know the wife gets pissed when it's like I leave her inside with the kids all day, but like to make up for it this morning, I was like, hey, you can go to Walmart or just by yourself. Go shop. Go do something.
Sure.
I'll stay here with the kids. And like she come home and like as she come home, I was almost out for a nap, like watching some TV. You know, today's May 4th, so it's like Star Wars Day. So May the 4th be with you. You know?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah.
So I was playing some. There's a show or something on Star Wars. I watched it and I was like, okay. But I was about to sleep, and then I was like, oh, I can help get the groceries in, and then the kids are crying. It was just like, I'm going outside.
Yeah. No, man. We left outside, came inside, and Knox played in his room, and me and the wife watched Breaking Bad. She's watching Breaking Bad for the first time.
Yeah, that show's been out for a while.
A long time, yeah. And I watched it back a long time ago when it was new, but she seems to be enjoying it. No, hey, I just thought about something on your Jeep, and I'm sure somebody out there that's listening is going to call me an idiot, but we needed to, if you're not going to like take it to that guy, we need string, and we can just tape string to the top of your tire to the back tire, and then from the bottom of your tire to the back tire, and you could line it up. I almost bet you damn near perfect, as far as getting your camber and your toe, what camber, whatever it is. I'm not a mechanic, but
it's like there's a part of me that wants to, because like I enjoy trying to learn and do things myself.
Sure,
right.
But it's hell of a lot easier to pay somebody $100 and just to get it done and be correct.
I probably put 6 hours of the day on this thing.
Yeah,
dragging all the tools out,
and then when are you going to do it again? That's my biggest thing. It's like I can learn how to build a rocket, but how many damn times am I going to go to the moon? I make it there and I make it back, and I'm like, okay, did it.
And it's like, man, I could I'm not going to reuse half the part. Like I was hoping to replace all the parts, and then I realized I didn't have all the right parts, and it was like, well, hell, now I got to redo this and take this off, and like I take one part off, and like, you don't like the.
I'm not a fan. No, not really. It's got a twang to it that I just can't get behind. But no, I don't
Beer's
know.
gotten warm. Ugh.
I like turning wrenches and stuff, and I like learning new things. It's just it always seems like there's some kind of shit
It's
involved.
a hassle.
Yeah,
And
it's just
it's like
something.
It's like, hey, I can't get this off. I was like, well, I got to get a different tool, so I had to go get like a fork thing
and
knock
then
one of the things out.
that's the big part is by the time I spend looking for what I actually need, it's like, man, fuck.
And it's like then I have to go I should have done it in the shop and I had to pull everything out and pull it in. It's like I'll just do it in the yard. It was because you don't have to lift it and do anything to it. It's easy to work on. Like you can sit Indian style in front of it and do half of it.
Yeah, especially with your lift on it. Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well, I got to take this in there and put it in a vise, and then I got to spray this, and then I got to take this to it and try this. And luckily, I didn't cut myself. Like that's a bonus. Hey, I didn't bust my finger with a hammer.
Or bust a knuckle. Yeah. Those slip off and punch the frame or something.
Almost did. And then I almost cut my finger. It's like, oh, I think I just sliced my finger open. It's like, oh, I just scratched it.
Yeah.
So I had a few close calls. And in the end of the day, I start with the project with like, what does success look like? And it's like, I thought I had everything ready. I had a plan.
6 hours and like a level 8 frustration.
Yeah. And now it's like, I wasn't going to have to take it to an alignment shop because I knew how to measure it and do everything. Like, take it out and replace it just the same. Well, I was hoping I'd have the old and the new where I could put it next to each other. But since I had to take half of it apart and replace it, I didn't have anything old to go off of. So it's like I'm taking pictures and measurements and it still didn't come out right. So what success looked like and what happened didn't match up.
It's just learning curve. A little bit of a humble pie. A little slice of humble pie on that.
So,
yeah. But I mean, dude, Jeeps though, you either have already found out or you're going to find out. It's a fucking problem. It's always
I've
a
gotten
problem.
a lucky one.
For now.
Yep.
Just give it enough time.
But I think if it's like when the engine goes, okay, a couple $1,000, put a new engine in it.
Yeah.
But everything else is solid.
But you got that you got the 4.0 in that one, right? Yeah, it's never gonna go.
They
run forever.
When it goes, it goes.
Yeah. But it's usually just like a head.
I put about
resurface the head and the gasket, put it, and you're good to go.
I feel like I bought it when it had about 109,000 on it. It didn't have much.
And that's a drop in a bucket for that.
I think I'm at 133, 134 now. It's still
drops.
got a little bit of life.
Yeah.
Put another 40,000 miles on it. The engine blows. I'll drop a new motor in it. I don't know.
Give you like something with like a big ass can't just.
I thought about putting that American Muscle in there.
Make a machine out of it. Make a crawler out of it. A trailer toy. Yeah.
But then see, like I enjoy going on off roading, but I never have time.
Yeah.
So this one really turns into let me take the top off, go to town, go to work.
Probably a really big reason for my opinions on Jeep because I fucking buried mine and just. It was, yeah.
And I trust, like, when it storms, like when there's like a snowstorm, it's like I'll trust driving it. I don't want to put my truck in the ditch.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The Jeep, it'll buff out.
Yeah, liability, fuck it. Yeah. Hook will come along to it, straighten it out, and let it wobble.
So I trust it, and I don't care what happens to it to an extent.
Yeah. And it's paid for. That's a big part.
It's the only thing I got the title for.
Yeah, that's a big part of it for sure.
Now the guy that I bought it from, he's always like, hey, if you don't want it, man, just let me know. You can have it, or I'll take it back from you.
I regret selling mine, but it was a good call because who I sold it to, the situation we were in when I sold it, and it was just a hole that I had to continue to throw money into, time and money. It had left me stranded so many times.
Y'all didn't have a good bond.
You
had memories.
No, I had a great bond with. Oh God,
but the trust wasn't there.
No, it was not. Rear end, the spider gear, 2 clutches. I don't know, dude. It's just a lot of shit. Just a lot of shit.
Let me tell you how I know I need new tires.
Yeah, I don't know. They look meaty.
Well, I can tell a difference. You can tell how I know a difference. I can use 5th gear now, which means the overall size of my tires shrank a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
So tires getting a little smaller.
Is your Cinco? Oh, and that's another thing about my Jeep. Cinco's in third and fifth. I want to say second or fourth one. I can't remember. You just be going down the road and why? And then kick it out.
So I've had good luck. I think that's why I trust this one. Like I think I'll hang on to it. I don't want to get rid of it.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking shit about. I am. Jeeps are shitty. All of them.
They can be.
No,
definitely.
they're all shit. But just empty every pocket.
Yep.
Yeah, but God, if you love them, you love them.
There's
I
something
really
about
do.
it.
I do. I like them.
Yeah, when I had the new Jeep for a little while, and like I kind of did it just to hey, like I wanted the new one, like, and I was proud of myself. I worked hard for it. I came from nothing, made something of myself, and like that was my reward. And like the new body style came out, and like I was one of the first ones to get it. And
Yeah, what is it? HJ?
is it
Or XJ? XJ?
JL?
JL. Okay, and that's the one with the sloped roll cage on the back. It's like kind of angled.
Well, when you take all like the JK is the first four-door.
JK.
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking.
The
of.
JL
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the next version of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had I put some like
But
Jeeps.
the TJ that we had or that you have that I had,
yeah,
that's the shit, dude.
So,
yeah.
yeah, and it's like there's something nostalgic about it, right? And but the new one is like once I put the new rims and tires, like having a factory Jeep just looked meh.
Oh yeah.
But once you put like some tires and they're meaty
factory
looking,
Jeeps are soccer mom shit. Yes.
and it was like you pull up and get gas. Like I enjoyed going to get gas in that thing, and it's like you'd have people on the other side of the tank.
You
like,
got
man,
a
that's
foot
a cool
hanging out. It's 90 degrees, and you're half sunburnt.
There's people that are like, hey, I
nice.
want to talk to you because like I like that, and we can have a good conversation. They used to have one, or they have one too, and like when it opens up conversations,
I will have another one day.
And then there's the people that like, you can tell like, man, that's cool. I wish I had that. I wish I could be there, but like they didn't want to talk. It's like, have a conversation about it. Hey, what do you like about it, man? Like, what do you not like about it?
Yeah, and then just like the little gay ass camaraderie that comes with
the wave.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
And like, but Ashley was all about that. It's like it was so like, hey, that person didn't wave at you.
Yeah,
like, I know. Let's turn around and run those motherfuckers off the road.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily like the duck shit.
No,
I didn't necessarily like it, but I did start accumulating them. What I would do is so the duck has the hole in the bottom.
Yeah.
It fits perfect on your antenna, if you did not know. And then I would take a razor blade and I would slit the top of the head, and I just started stacking ducks up my antenna. And my Jeep was a piece of shit.
Like I've never been like I don't go out and put ducks on the Jeeps, but my daughter loves them.
No sensible person goes out.
And it's like I went to Publix one day, jumped in the Jeep, ran to the store, and I come back out. There's a Jeep parked in front of it, and I seen a mom and her daughter was sitting in the seat beside her, and I was like, okay. I waved at them. I was walking up, and I seen a duck sitting on my step. And the little girl, they waited for me to come out just to see me get excited about getting it. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah. And it just made her day.
I like it, but it is kind of fucking.
Some people like don't touch my Jeep, right?
Yeah.
But now my daughter,
they're fucking expensive. The new ones, yes, for sure, they're expensive.
So my daughter, when we get in to go somewhere, and I load her up in the back in the car seat, it's like I want the purple one, I want the green one. Yeah, like she plays with them.
Yeah, and so that's another thing. How about having a fucking 2-door Jeep in a car seat?
You put the top down, it's easy to load the kid, especially when they learn to crawl into their
But when the top's on, good luck. Yeah. You
got to fold the seat forward. You got to kind of like halfway sit in the seat back. Like you sit in the back floorboard while you're like, it's not easy.
I wouldn't mind having another. I don't know. I don't like the 4 doors though. 2 doors where it's at, man. It's compact. Turn on a dime.
Now you're a family man. You're gonna get a 4-door. Yeah. You got to do it at least once, and you'll appreciate the ease of throwing stuff back
for sure,
and the ease of taking the top back.
And you can actually have a decent radio because that is one thing Jeep needs to get. Jeep. Damn. I mean, dude, I don't know of one Jeep. Yours sounds decent, but it's still, there's no room to put anything. Well, you got a couple tweeters up on your dash,
tweeters.
right?
I replaced everything with some good.
It's like, God forbid you want to put a sub in there. Where are you going to put it? Yeah. In the tailgate? Now you have no storage.
Yeah, I have like a little bitty sub back there.
It's
that
sacrificing
takes up like
everything.
Now, some people put them like under the front seats, but you don't really get a lot out of it.
No.
Which I'm not trying to be like I don't want everybody in the county to hear me thumping.
But still.
But like when I want to feel the music.
Dude, I mean, I used to take mine kayaking and camping. I would tie my hammock to like one of the rails of my Jeep, and you get a little bit of the sway in the suspension as the breeze blows. I miss my Jeep. I do.
We'll wind up getting you another one
one day for sure.
So man, on your weekend, you got to spend some time with some people you ain't seen in a while.
Oh yeah, man. No, I don't remember how all this worked out, but 2012. Who was the president in 2012? Was that Obama?
You had Bush Obama.
Okay, so something about Obama was going to deport all the illegal immigrants or something or another, right? Something or another, I guess. I don't remember. I was like 15, 16. But we had some Spanish help that worked on our chicken farm that I grew up on, and they become like family. And anywho, so they left with all the threatens and this and that, and so now they're back. And ironically enough, with the presidential situation we got now. But anyway, they're back, and no, I got to see them. It was kind of a last minute deal. My dad was like, "Hey, they're throwing a party over here, and they got the mariachi band and stuff." And I hadn't seen them in 14, 15 years. So it was real cool to see them. And it's like our friend Alex, for example, he had a daughter who was this big whenever they left. You know what I mean? And now it's like
she's turned into a woman now. Yeah.
Nowadays, we're having her quinceanera, her 15th birthday party on the, I don't know, coming up sometime next month, I think. But it's just like, holy shit, it's been 15 years.
It's a long time.
And it's like now he's wearing glasses and he's showing his age a little bit and stuff. And now I'm grown and I've got a kid. And I'm like, hey, here's my wife and kid. And I'm like, and he's got another kid. And it's our other friend.
It's like you just picked back up where you, like 15 years ago, you picked right back where you're at.
Yeah, 15 years. 15 years. And it went by so fast. And it's like, you're still the same person. It's just shit, you look different. And hell, I look different. Hell, I feel different. It's like when you knew me, I was 15 getting my license or thinking about getting my license and chasing ass. Right. And now I'm married with 2 kids.
Now the ass is chasing you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. But I don't know, man. And that we did talk about that. It's like, where the hell does time go? It's because they moved up to Washington and worked on like a apple orchard or I don't know, fruit trees, apples, orange, whatever.
Were they just down visiting or they moved back?
No, they moved back and like they're back. And just crazy to think about like all the times I had, drinking beer with them when I was 15, 16 years old and like, is like slaughtering goats in their backyard and having a big ass fiesta or party or whatever. And I don't know, it's kind of funny. It's like you're the only white guy and you walk in there and it's like all these Spanish folks are like fucking lost.
What's this gringo doing here?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, hey, I don't know, man, just hospitality, and they just overall just real good people, and it was cool to see them again.
It's like the family I hang out with every once in a while that, they're from Mexico. They've got friends from Guatemala and just like, their family's all from Mexico. They're up, and it's like I'm like the only like white guy there sometimes. And it's like, but they show so much love. Yeah.
And and it was kind of funny too. Cause I went with my dad, he rode with me. And, anyway, my dad apologized because he was running a water line and in his yard he was muddy and had his old shit clothes on and we just dressed like bums, me too. And my dad had apologized for that. And Alex made a point. He's like, it don't matter, fuck them, your family. It's like they don't like it, fuck. It's whatever. And it's I don't know. It's really cool. And just the way that you're treated too, because like their culture is. It's like when you're a guest there, it's like an honor for you to even be there. Is it you want a beer? Hey, uno más cerveza, beer. It's like you hungry? Fucking food. It's, about the time you finish one, you look down and you're like, where the fuck this beer come from? And it's just, everybody just waits on you hand and foot. And it's just different from American culture, but that's just, they appreciate.
I was going to say I've met some like some of their parents for the first time. And it's like, never met them before, but it's, hey, walking in, shake hands, here's a hug, and kiss on each cheek, and no idea what you're saying, but it's like, it's like, but I could tell there's a lot of genuine, hey, your kid, it was like, hey, your kids are so pretty, and I'm like, thank you.
And as genuine as they are, and as genuine as I try to be, and as much love is shown up both ways, here comes Knox in the mariachi band, and he ain't having a fucking thing to do with it, dude. And Kendall was like, well. And like he's got this thing with noise, and I'm like, fuck, it's loud as hell. It's in a language he don't understand. I could imagine how Knox would be like, what the fuck are we doing? So him and Kendall actually sat in the truck pretty much the whole 30 minutes that we were there, or 30 minutes an hour or whatever it was. And he was hitting my radio trying to tell Siri to take him home. He was like, and there's a video. It's funny.
Oh, speaking of that.
Oh, man.
So the daughter, she's gotten into Moana lately, and
Okay.
she's watching it on TV, and then she goes up to Alexa, and she's like, "Hey, play Moana." Well, okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to buy? Yes.
The hell with it.
Then all of a
Why
sudden,
not?
Ashley gets this like, "Thank you for your purchase." $25 damn. Like it's on the TV playing right now. You can watch like it's on
That's
Disney
so funny,
on the
dude.
TV, and now she's standing at the sink watching it on a 3-inch little screen.
Happy as hell. Dude,
She got what she wanted.
I can't remember what movie it was. I want to say maybe one of the Hotel Transylvanias, but Jaden was 5, maybe. He had rented a $20, $30 movie or whatever. So my way of being a dick, whatever you want to call it, discipline, whatever, was okay. We've bought it now. There's nothing we can do about it. And it's AM at the time we figured it out. So he had watched it one time for fun and shits and giggles, and he was enjoying it. I'm like, no, we're going to get our money's worth. You're going to watch this motherfucker.
Because it's one of those, like, you get 24 hours.
Yes, that's what it was. And so it would go off, and I'd be like, all right, rewind. And he'd be like, I don't want to watch it again. Oh, you're watching it again. And I was like, well, you're going to watch this shit all day long.
You know, I feel like Kinley tortures me with, like, because, like, with Frozen, we'll go watch
Let
it.
it snow.
And we'll watch it. And we'll go to bed, and like we're 20 minutes in. She's like, "Start it over, just start it over," and like we have to go back
Because there's like one song in it that she really
somewhere,
likes
maybe,
or
but like
something.
we never can get to the end.
Yeah. Well, so like Jaden, one of Jaden's things was Hotel Transylvania and the Macarena. That boy learned,
Hey, Macarena.
dude, he learned the Macarena from that movie, and he would like rent the movie and fast forward through the whole movie because the Macarena song was at the end, and he would just be like,
just dancing,
dancing.
I don't even know the lyrics other than "Hey, Macarena."
Yeah, that's
Hey,
it.
macaroni.
I think it's all Spanish.
Boom, baka-bada-bika,
Yeah, something like that. It's got a decent beat to it, but shit, once you hear it 1,000 times,
your
dude,
head.
it gets old too. Yeah. But no, man, I seen them, and then I think it's been 6 or 7 years. Today was one death anniversary of my best friend Freeman. Yeah, he
Like
he
that
passed
yours,
away.
you go to school together.
Yeah. I think kindergarten all the way through graduation.
Wow.
He was 22 when he died, so 22, and I'm 29. So 7 years.
Yep.
Yeah, 7 years, 6, 7 years since he's passed, and I even got his ashes and a tattoo on my arm.
So y'all were pretty close.
Oh yeah, no, that was my boy, man, and seen that on Facebook and stuff because I can't keep up with dates for shit.
I can't either.
Facebook's
Is it one of those that's like, hey, you see it? It's like when they're birthday. What's tough is like when it's their birthday, and it's like,
yeah.
you know, do you post happy birthday?
Well, it's like his
and-
mom, man, and his dad too. His dad was the one who married me and Kendall,
Oh, wow.
or ordained. Is that what you call that? And yeah, I don't know, dude. And I ain't gonna say it's weighing heavy on me anymore.
But it's a reminder.
Yeah,
But you know, I
miss that fucker, dude.
You
You
know?
know what I mean? That was my buddy.
But you know, they say you're never really gone until somebody quits thinking and talking about you.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
the moment
That's a
that
good point.
you
yeah.
are erased from history, which in 2 or 3 generations they may never know who we
Sure.
are.
Yeah.
These sound bites may be the last thing that anybody remembers. Once my kids sell our house and you know whatever I have left is gone, it's over with. I'm done
Sure.
forever. Like, do you know your third great grandfather?
Nope.
He's gone. He's gone.
Yep. Never met him. Don't know nothing about him.
You know what I mean? Like that's how quick 3 generations you're gone.
Yeah, 3 people. Yeah, less than 300
So
years.
so anyway, I say that to say, man, don't.
No, I mean I'll never.
You got to
forget
talk
him,
about
man.
it.
I don't know, dude. Oh, Freeman, he was a good one, dude. He really was. And but I don't know. It don't weigh heavy on me. But you know, I still like today. I noticed that I text his parents and stuff.
That's
because,
good of you to do something like that.
Well, they lost a son, but they kind of gained one too. It's like I was always welcomed at their house, and you know, it was always understood that I was kind of a third son or whatever, or second son. But I don't know. It's got to be harder on them.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
like you coming and saying something to him helps his name live on, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, and it's like my boys, they never met him, no, you know, but when they get a little older and I start telling them about the dumb shit me and him did, it's like, hey, there was this guy, I don't know what his name was, but my dad did this with him and he told me this story or whatever. So I don't know, man, but it's, I miss him a lot. He was a good guy.
I had, it's like, that's my biggest fear, losing one of my kids.
Sure.
And one of the biggest reasons for having more than one is like if something did happen, because it happens. We hear like man, we had a
his
community.
case was testicular cancer, dude. It came out
that early. Wow.
Yeah, he was 22, dead, gone.
And that, growing up, like you never think about it like that quick.
No.
And then I look, I've lost some family members who are cousins and stuff that were young, and it's like, gosh, man, it hurts. Like I've seen some like 50 in their 50s. Like my wife's family had they lost one of her uncles to cancer, and and you see what it does to their family. Like it's tough, man. Yeah. It's like his shoes are still like in the hallway at the grandma's house. It's like where you wear them out in the garden. It's like the shoes are still there. Yeah. It's like you can't like.
It's like
once you pick it up and put it away.
She made like a memorial garden and stuff, and that's like her way of coping with it, and love her to death. Darlene is a perfect person, but it's like my way of dealing with it is I'm not making you. What I mean? I put your
ashes in your arm.
I put a piece of you in my skin forever, but. Right. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I could not imagine outliving my children.
You shouldn't have to. You should never bury your kids.
No, and just I don't know. I hope she don't hear me say this, but the image of her and that hearse with him in it driving away,
like it scars you,
dude. It still cuts me really deep just thinking about. Because it's like, it wasn't just watching her in pain. It's like her pain radiated throughout everyone there. And it was just fucking heavy. It was heavy. She's going to get on me for cussing if she does hear this. But I don't know. It's like that type of pain is nothing that you'll ever describe, make somebody understand unless they've understood it. And I hope I never, ever understand it.
It's one thing like losing them that young.
Yeah.
And then, hey, like when they're 70, that's different. They've lived a good life, but still,
sure.
We had there was a car wreck not too far from my house where a 16-year-old boy died, and it's like it's just.
You talking about the one recent here lately? Yeah.
Out of West
for
Point.
real? Yeah.
And it hurts, man.
Yeah. And then what is his parents going through?
I could imagine. I don't want to ever experience, and I feel so bad.
I can remember another because it was it was a long time, but the funeral thing, I feel like I could kind of sum the funeral and the viewing up in a week. It's like you find out he's in the hospital, you find out what's going on. He died the next day, and so like everything was kind of took place within a week. But I remember driving to the church, and then there was some construction. No, not construction even. There was like a roadside crew picking up trash, and I remember like seeing them and. I don't know, I guess like a gist of the thought 6-7 years later was like, fuck you, because today's Tuesday for you. It was like my whole world stopped.
Yeah.
And not just mine, his parents, our other friends and stuff, but it's like, you're over here picking up trash on 157. Fuck you.
And like nobody, and it's so crazy
because you don't even know. You don't. You're just fuck you, dude. You're picking up trash, probably ready to get home, smoke a bowl, drink a beer, hang out, and just fuck you because your day is sucking on a normal level. You know what I mean? It's like my whole world has stopped spinning, and then you look around. It's like he's picking up trash. The bank tellers counting money. People's just time marches on, and that fucking was. Really hard for me to like wrap my mind around. It's like the world keeps spinning. Don't matter if you're in it or not. Don't matter who. It's just the world keeps going. The wheels turn, and I don't know. That was something that bothered me a lot.
I was reading a communication book, and it kind of talks, and it's like the weird thing is like when somebody dies, and you go to a family member, and you're just like, "Well, how are you?" Like, what kind of fucking question is that?
Yeah.
Like, how do you think they are? But it's like, like everybody's always afraid of talking about them. It's like, hey, I miss so-and-so. Like, he was a good dude. And like, bring a story up. Like, everybody's afraid to talk about him. But, really it is like, that's that's the best time. That's the best thing to do.
And
sometimes.
like even with his parents and stuff, I've told them some stories where if he was living, he would probably be pretty fucking upset with me that, you know, I had told them that. But I don't tell them that just for them. I tell them that for me so I can relive that moment. And then that way they can have an insight on a part of their son that they never got to know. You know, because we was young and raising hell and having a good old time and stuff. And
they probably knew more than you realized.
Oh, yeah, no, they definitely did. It was like when he was drying mushrooms in his closet and stuff. That's a good one. That's a great one. But no, man, he was just a good dude. Just really, really, really good, and always
I'm
there
for
you.
Sorry you lost a good friend, man.
But I don't know. It's like with the "Only the Good Die Young" song. You know, that's something his dad really, really clings to.
You talking about this? Like my little cousin Justin that we lost years ago when I was a weird kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just now realize how big of an ass I was about, like, you know, his room never got changed. Like when he over at his grandma's house, he had a room, and it was next door to my grandma's house where I'd go play, and I always liked playing with his toys.
Yeah,
but after he passed away, it was kind of like, well, you don't need to go in there.
Yeah,
and,
don't leave it the way it was.
Yeah, and it's like, but I wanted to play with some of his toys. I was still a kid too.
Sure.
And like now that I look back on it, I was like, that's kind of a douche move of me.
Yeah, and well, even thinking back to me, you know, it's like, you know, it's getting some of his ashes and stuff, and my thought process on it at the time was like, he was too big to be stuck in an urn or spread in one place. Because like, dude, I'm telling you, like his viewing and his funeral was out the door to the street.
That's awesome.
You couldn't, if you was just like just coming to pay your respects, you was there a couple hours in line. I mean, dude, like you're talking about a 22-year-old kid who had people that I did hundreds of people there. And so it's like, I don't know exactly where I was going with this, but it's like, yeah, that's like how, thinking back on it, is like I was kind of probably selfish for asking and making that point. But at the time, my thought process on it was like, you were too big to be spread in one place or stay in one place. So let's divvy you up between your close friends.
Right.
And then whoever chooses to do with you, you know what I mean? You're spread out. You're all over the place. I tote you around everywhere. I still got you at my place. And I don't know where I'm going to put him, but one day I will.
I did that kind of my dad's. I had his main ashes, which I keep in his big urn, and I gave my sister some, and I gave myself a little bullet with some in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I always have this weird fear, like it's like he's not whole, like he's split apart, you know. And it's like now that's some weird shit that goes on in my head.
And to relate, it's like here I am 6-7 years later. It's like, well, what if did I pressure them? I don't think I did. I don't think I did because, you know, I know his parents well enough to know they'd have told me no if no was a thing. But I don't know. It's like, did I handle myself correctly in the time? You know, because we still stay in touch with his parents and stuff. And it's not that I don't love them, but I do it mainly for him. You know, he had to leave.
Right.
Parents lost a son. Well, least I can fucking do since I'm still here is just kind of touch tabs with them here and there, you know, and let them know I love them. Then they buy my kids.
I know they appreciate that.
I think they do. Yeah. But, yeah. Good dude.
But, you know, like respecting the elders and the families, you know, like this is one of the last things we want to jump into is, you know, the generations before us. Like, you know, I'm gonna like my neighbor.
Tough as nails.
Like seeing your grandpa today, you know, it's like, he's a good dude, you know, and just the stuff, like you could tell, like he appreciates what he has.
Yeah.
You know, like you said he kind of didn't have much growing up, picking cotton, working the fields.
Eating possums because there wasn't nothing else to fucking eat.
Yeah. It's like you can starve or eat what you got off the land. And that's what we got a lot of, rabbit and possum. Man, it's just like.
He's the one who got his ass beat for leaving. I don't know exactly how the story goes, but apparently like, because they had to hunt for their food. You either grew it, hunted it, or starved. And he got sent out with like 5 shells. 5.22 shells, came back with like 4 rabbits or whatever. He had missed. And he got whooped.
Because he missed one.
You wasted money. Shell cost a fucking half a penny. And you got your ass beat. You know what I mean? So why'd you take the shot if you just don't? What the
don't
fuck
mess
are
with
you
it.
doing, dude? You know what I mean? Like this is
A lot of pressure on.
yeah. It's like we're living off of one bale of cotton a year, and it's like we go to town once every 3 months. It's what the fuck are you doing? And then I look at Jaden, and I'm like,
Our kids, it's so.
oh my god, dude, it drives me bananas.
You know,
Or myself even.
You know, it's like, I feel like my neighbor, like I try to do stuff for him, and I don't always want to get paid for it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like it's kind of my way of saying, "Hey, you're my neighbor. I appreciate you. Let me do an act of kindness
And
for you."
his way is let me pay you for your act of kindness. So it's a catch-22.
Yeah. So like our joke is, he's like, put this in your kid's, you know, college fund, and that's kind of what I do. Hey, he gives me some cash. It's like, okay, I'll go put this in their account.
Yeah.
And split it up. But I feel bad taking money, especially like I'll go bush hog for like an hour and a half, 2 hours most. And he's like, here's $100. Like, I don't need $200.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I didn't even use half a tank of fuel.
Yeah. And I was happy to do it. It kept me out of the house for a little longer.
Yeah. And but he's like, no, I appreciate it. It helped me out, you know, and that's what it meant for him.
Yeah.
And it's like he needed some dirt for a raised garden bed. And last year before, I saw him back his car up and he had bags of dirt.
And that shit went and bought dirt. Owns all this land.
Yeah.
And went and bought dirt. Ain't
It was like mulch and potting soils,
Sure,
but like,
yeah.
and so like he like roughed it, man. Opened the bag, poured it in there. And I'm like, dude, I could help you. So like, and sometimes I don't want to pressure and be like, let me help show you my way.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like I got like some topsoil back here, and that's got roots and stuff in it and some weeds, but I can give you a couple, you know, bucket loads.
Full, yeah.
It didn't take me no time to do it. 30 minutes. Yeah. My tractor needs ran. I don't use it enough.
And then the beauty in it too is, man, it's like, as a man, dude, you don't ever want to. You always want to feel like you're fucking flying the plane or whatever. Yeah,
right.
You know,
he was a pilot.
Yeah, well, and it's like my wife. A great example with her aunts who have blessed us a lot is we used to have earlier in our relationship. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, well, Aunt Pooh just blessed us with this," and I would be like, "What the fuck? No." Absolutely not. You know, I'm like, no, if anybody's going to if anybody's going to provide this piece of life, that's going to be me. But the older I'm getting, man, I don't know, it's bullshit. It's like my boss, owner of my company or whatever, I did a little thing for him and he was like, I'll square up with you. I'm like, dude, we're square. And he's like, no. And I'm like, dude, you got to quit doing that shit. I'm like, the only thing I have to offer you is a little time and a bit of my skill or whatever it is that benefits you. It's like, I appreciate it. Thank you. And
yeah, it's, I don't know. And like, I kind of look too, like those guys went like 2-3 generations before us, you know, I'm 40 and he's like, they're in their 70s or whatever. Like, and even like my wife's grandma, it's like, she's 90, you know, like she was making me sandwiches for a little while. Now she's quit making me sandwiches. And now it's like, she's like, you know where everything's at.
Yeah.
But I know she appreciates me, but like she enjoys the company. But like, you know, I have a lot of respect for a lot of them and the past they've crossed, the things they've done.
Yeah. And until you understand the past they've crossed and the things they've done, it's like my granddad, you know, he'll tell you the story that I guess is a story, but like he was born, me and you was born in a hospital, I assume. My kids, your kids, hospital, them beeping machines and IVs and this and that. My grandpa that you met today will tell you when he was born, it was about 3 days after he was born that the doctor finally made it out to their house and said, yeah, he weighs about 7 pounds. See you in a month. And he left. And he was like, yep, healthy boy, here you go. Fucking don't let him catch a fever.
You know, it's like our kids, like, I made a garden this year, and my kids, my daughter loves it because she can run up and down between the rows.
Yeah. Feel the dirt on her bare feet.
Yeah, my son, he's okay. I helped plant a few, but like, can you imagine your grandparents like not knowing how to garden?
No.
Like our kids are gonna grow up and be like,
if shit hits the fan, I'm probably still going to pick his ass up.
They're gonna be like, you know, the eating corn. You know,
Yeah.
It's like, Well, those are seeds. You plant them and grow more. You're like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
We eat that?
That's how this is how this happens.
You know, you put a seed in the ground and it does what? You know, and like my daughter is seeing, like I planted some stuff inside and she's like, look, daddy. She's so excited to see how that works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, there's so many kids and generations now and the ones above us that probably have no clue what to do if the grocery store stopped. If you shut the door of the grocery store, would you survive?
I have a 410 that the same grandfather gave me, and the firing pin on it is so worn down that it may or may not fire a shell. So I say that to say this is he was younger, 7 or 8. Now he was, than our boys, and he was out by himself on a mountain in West Point on their, however many acres they had, slamming squirrel, rabbit, anything with a heartbeat, and dragging it back to the house. And that's what he did. I mean, it was a pastime to him, but it was a necessity.
Hard to imagine that in today's world. It's like growing up, my dad always telling me, like, that land that we had was, he's like, yeah, his great grandfather helped cut the trees down, built the barn across the road. And so he had a lot of pride in the land. And I hate that we've lost it, but and selling it, like I had to sell it, but I hate that because like that was a part of my dad's history. And he picked a lot of cotton. His family picked a lot of cotton over on those fields.
Same.
There was a lot of farming that they did. They grew up working that land.
And my granddaddy will tell you that's why he went to the Air Force. He said, I didn't want to plow a fucking mule for the rest of my life. He was like, that's the only other option I had.
Yeah, and I hear a lot about the mules. Like, it's funny, like they all had mules. The horses weren't that big of a,
No. Horse was wasted. You
cost a lot of money. Yeah.
You needed a mule. Horse weak, mule strong.
Yep. So I don't know. There's so much, and like those kind of acts of gratitude is kind of like how we bridge that. Hey, to say I appreciate you and everything that you guys used to do to pave the foundation for where we're at today.
Yeah. And here, I'll tell you another quote that he's given me in his lifetime that haunts me to this day, going back to the time going by quick, is days are long, but years are short. And the longer you think about it, the more fucked up you'll get.
That sits deep, man.
It does, man. It's like how many days has it been 12, 1 o'clock and you're at work and you're just like, fuck, I can't get home. This is fucking terrible. And next thing you know, it's been 15 years since you seen your buddy. Or it's been 7 years since your best buddy died, It's like, I don't know. Be appreciative of what you got. Quit bitching so much.
Good
how
point,
about you just leave on that?
Just leave it on that.
Leave on that. Appreciate what you go out and quit being a bitch and fucking deal with it.
You should have left it like it was.
Yeah. Days are long, years are short.
Hey, man,
there we go.
Would you rather hear the roar of a NASCAR V8 engine up close or sit in the front row of a legendary rock concert?
Front row.
Concert.
Front row concert.
I'd have to say, man, the concert, there's something about the music.
It is, man.
The cars are cool.
Because it only happens once.
Right?
Where were you at?
The second one there, yeah.
Second one. Drive a beat up muscle car with soul or a brand new electric car with no sound?
As cool and quick as it be with that how fast an electric car could be, there's something about the sound.
It is, man.
I wish I would have listened to my mom when she said, hey, I'll reupholster a car for you and get an old classic, and I should have done it.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, so jumping in, would you rather procrastinate and do something halfway or jump in on a project with zero plan and figure it out on the fly?
Procrastinate because it's in my nature.
Yeah. See, my nature is like I just get into stuff. Like, hey, I'm going to do it. I'm going to run with it. Let's see, jumping around on that one.
Here, I got you. Have one long, meaningful reconnection with an old friend or several surface level reunions.
I'm gonna have to go the first one, man.
Yeah.
A meaningful connection. There's something about that reconnecting.
I hate bullshit with people I don't really care about. I hate that conversation, man. It's like, oh, hey, how's you and the wife and the kids and them? No, I don't like it.
So, that I should have really proofread these more before we start trying to. How about this? Live like your grandparents did with less comfort but more grit, or embrace all the tech and ease of today.
Oh, dude, I'm 29 and I still kind of somewhat wish that I had it as simple. And I say simple because it wasn't simple, but they were happier.
Yeah,
they had to have been happier.
Well, finish me off with that last one.
Pass down your tools.
Yeah.
or your stories to the next generation?
I'm gonna say tools. I say this because
Tools
it's kind
come
of
with stories.
the tools come with
Yes,
stories.
Tools come with stories.
Somebody gifted me something the other day. I think I had to show it to you. It's the Marine Corps. It's $100 gold or a silver coin.
Okay.
Somebody had got it for me. They heard me talking about it. They're like, "Hey, like I know you couldn't justify this, but I was able to justify it, and I appreciate you."
That's cool.
And I was like, "Oh, that means a lot."
Yeah.
And it's like that's something I will be able to pass down.
And the patina on the stuff is the story.
Yes.
You know, that scratch on that hammer handle. Well, what happened there? You know.
Appreciate it, big guy.
Yes, sir.
Y'all have a good one.
Stay classy, guys.